Another question we have is India must strive to become a semi-permanent member of UNSC. कौन सा? A semi-permanent rather than a permanent member of without the right to veto. Rather than a permanent member without the right to veto. ओके, तो ये न्यूज़ बेस्ड होगा। और यूएनएससी में जाने का कब से इंडिया ट्राई कर रहा है, बट क्या यूएनएससी सच में उतना इम्पोर्टेंट है आज के टाइम में? तो इस सारी चीज़ को हम लोग को समझना पड़ेगा, देखना पड़ेगा ग्लोबल पावर, ग्लोबल जो पावर बैलेंस जो चल रहा है, वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर है, ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड ऑर्डर है, वो कैसे चल रहा है। तो सबसे देखिए, इंडियाज परस्यूट ऑफ परमानेंट सीट ऑन यूएनएससी रिफ्लेक्ट्स इट्स ग्लोबल इन्फ्लुएंस। तो ये क्या कर रहा है, अगर हम लोग अगर यूएनएससी के पीछे अगर जाना चाहते हैं, तो ये क्या है, हम लोग दिखाना चाह रहे हैं कि हम लोग भी ग्लोबल इन्फ्लुएंस में घुसना चाहते हैं। कौन है? यूएसए है, रसिया है, चाइना है, देन इंडिया ही है। इतना बड़ा स्केल पे कोई कंट्री इकोनॉमी कोई बन रहा है तो इंडिया ही है। जैसे जर्मनी वगैरह सब बहुत छोटा लेवल पे है, उतना उन लोगों का है नहीं aspiration to shape international governance. However, the suggestion that India should strive for a semi-permanent membership, rather than a permanent seat without a right to veto raises several important consideration. तो सबसे पहले देखिए, परमानेंट मेंबरशिप विदाउट वेटो, a symbolic seat. While it would recognize India's growing global stature, it would not provide the influence that P5 enjoys in critical डिसीजन मेकिंग। ठीक है, तो वहां भी नहीं मिल रहा है आपको डिसीजन मेकिंग का पावर। तो एडवांटेज ऑफ सेमी परमानेंट मेंबरशिप को देखते हैं। तो सेमी परमानेंट मेंबरशिप ऑन द अदर हैंड कुड प्रोवाइड इंडिया विथ मोर रेगुलर एंड सब्सटेंटिव इन्वॉल्वमेंट। रेगुलर एंड substantive involvement in UNSC affairs. Although not permanent seat, it would give India recurring influence and allow for frequent participation in key decisions. This could enable India to contribute significantly to global security matters without being sidelined by veto power. However, India's aspirations are rooted in desire to reshape UNSC to reflect modern geopolitical realities. C. Raja Mohan also argues for inclusion of India as a permanent member of UNSC, citing its role in global affairs with its growing economics and political clout. Settling for semi-permanent seat could undermine India's ambition for more equitable global order. While semi-permanent membership offers practical benefit, it may be seen as a compromising India's long-term goal of achieving full recognition and influence within UNSC. Bhutan has historically been ally of India, but the China-Bhutan border related issue has become a security issue for India to discuss. So Bhutan historical alliance with India is being tested by Chinese aggression along their shared borders, posing significant security concern for India. So India and Bhutan share a unique relationship marked by cooperation in defense, economic assistance, and diplomacy. Bhutan plays a key role in India's strategic calculation due to geographical location, serving as a buffer between India and China. China and Bhutan have a long-standing border dispute over several areas, particularly in western and northern parts of Bhutan. Since the 1980s, China and Bhutan have held numerous rounds of talks to resolve the issue, but no final agreement has been reached. No final agreement has been reached. Now, सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न पे आते हैं। सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न फॉर इंडिया, तो यहाँ देखिए, सबसे पहले डोकलाम स्टैंड ऑफ। 2017 का है। China's attempt to extend a road in Doklam region, which Bhutan claims was seen as a strategic trade by India due to its closeness to Siliguri corridor. Closeness to Siliguri corridor. Chinese influence देखेंगे। Any weakening of Bhutan's presence near Bhutan's border could undermine India's strategic position in eastern Himalayas. The construction of military infrastructure, roads, and outposts in these areas could allow China to project greater military power near India's northeastern states, increasing India's vulnerability. And however, to counter China as growing influence and ensure Bhutan's security, India has ramped up diplomatic and military cooperation with Bhutan. Last पे आते हैं. Nothing is going to move within the WTO negotiation unless India is on board. Nothing is going to move within the WTO negotiation unless India is on board. मतलब कि जब तक इंडिया का वहां से नहीं है तब तक. डिस्कस द मेन रीजन बिहाइंड इंडियाज इंक्रीज क्लाउड इन WTO. क्यों हो सकता है ऐसा? क्योंकि मे भी हो सकता है इंडिया मे बी लार्जेस्ट कंज्यूमर और एक्सपोर्टर ऑफ समथिंग और इम्पोर्टिंग समथिंग. तो विदाउट इंडिया के इंक्लूड करना और ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन में इंडिया का मतलब इंक्रीज हो रहा है पावर. इसीलिए इंडिया को WTO क्या होता है? वर्ल्ड ट्रेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मतलब ट्रेड के लिए आप किस तरह का टैरिफ रख रहे हैं, तो ये सब ये रेगुलेट करता है WTO. ठीक है. सो इंडिया इंक्रीज क्लाउड इन WTO स्टेम्स फ्रॉम सेवरल फैक्टर्स. स्टेम्स फ्रॉम सेवरल फैक्टर्स. एज फाउंडिंग मेंबर ऑफ WTO एंड प्रेडिसेसर कौन था? गैट था. GATT. India has been an active participant in shaping the global trade policies. क्या है? Global trade policies. The reason behind India's increased clout in WTO: large and growing economy. India's rapidly growing economy expected to become one of the world's top three by 2030. तो रीजन देखते हैं. रीजन बिहाइंड इंडियाज इंक्रीज क्लाउड इन WTO. सबसे पहले लार्ज एंड ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी. इंडियाज रैपिडली ग्रोइंग इकोनॉमी एक्सपेक्टेड टू बिकम वन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स टॉप थ्री बाय 2030. So makes it significant in global trade. Leadership in the developing world. India has emerged as a leader among developing countries, advocating their interest and concern with WTO. Advocating their interest and concern with WTO. Strategic partnership पे आते हैं. India's strengthening relationship with other countries such as US have bolstered its position in trade negotiation. Agriculture and food security. India's strong position on agriculture issues, particularly subsidies and food security programs, is central to its influence in WTO. Balancing trade and environmental concern पे आते हैं. तो India's position on balancing trade and environmental sustainability also adds to its importance in WTO talks. Service sector. Pralok Gupta पे आते हैं. Expert on service and investment at the center of WTO studies highlights the importance of understanding India's service sector growth and its implication for trade policy. So India's economic strength, leadership among developing nations, and ability to shape critical discussion make its involvement essential for any substantial progress within the WTO. Discuss the rationale behind behind replacing Asia Pacific strategy with new term Indo-Pacific strategy. So the shift from Asia Pacific strategy to Indo-Pacific strategy reflects the significant geopolitical reorientation. क्या है आपका geopolitical reorientation driven by changing regional dynamics and emerging global power. So the term Asia Pacific traditionally refers to the region encompassing East Asia, Southeast Asia, Oceania, focusing primarily on Pacific Ocean. The Indo-Pacific includes the Indian Ocean and South Asia, integrating India as a major player. तो अब आते हम लोग रॉरी मेट काफ पे argues that this conceptual shift recognizes the increasing strategies between ties between East Asia and South Asia, particularly the rising influence of India as a balancing power to China assertive in this region. C. Raja Mohan argues that the Indo-Pacific concept helps to counter China RBI by fostering greater cooperation between democracy in the region. काउंटर क्या कर रहा है? चाइना RBI कर रहा है by fostering greater cooperation between democracy in the region. By broadening the scope, Indo-Pacific strategy enhances क्या कर रहा है? India's role as counterweight to China. So another rationale is the importance of strategic and economic connectivity across India and Pacific Ocean. The Indo-Pacific concept highlights the need for cooperative framework that ensure freedom of navigation, open seas, rule-based orders. The Indo-Pacific strategy also promotes multilateralism, strengthening of alliances, that is revival of Quad. As per Harsh V. Pant, the Indo-Pacific strategy encourages like-minded democracies to work together to ensure regional stability and balance of power, particularly in response to China's growing assertiveness. Hence, the rationale for replacing Asia-Pacific with the Indo-Pacific strategy reflects a broader understanding of geopolitical, economic, and security shift. इस क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. डिस्पाइट डीप टाइज, इंडियाज रिलेशन विद श्रीलंका हैव सीन strain due to growing influence in Sri Lanka through investment and economic dominance. Analyze. अब एनालाइज में क्या होगा, हम लोग पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव देखेंगे कैसे श्रीलंका का पॉलिसी किस तरह इंडिया से हटते चला गया, या चाइना कैसे बीच में इंटर किया, और इंडिया कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहा है, इंडिया को रिटर्न में क्या मिल रहा है, तो ये सारा एनालिसिस में आएगा. देखते हैं, इंडिया एंड श्रीलंका शेयर अ सेंचुरी ओल्ड culture, economic relation with India being Sri Lanka's largest trading partner. However, China's growing influence in the island nation has altered the dynamics. ठीक है, वो घुसते alter कर दिया है. China has significantly expanded its economic footprint in Sri Lanka through large-scale infrastructure project loans and investment, most notable under BRI. The construction of Humban Tota Port, कौन सा है आपका Humban Tota, very famous, Colombo Port City, and various highway and power projects have deepened on China's presence. ठीक है, so these raise concern in India about China's strategic intention along key Indian Ocean trade routes. Now, David Brewster's का ये क्या है, स्ट्रिंग ऑफ पर्ल्स थ्योरी, किसका है स्ट्रिंग ऑफ पर्ल्स थ्योरी, ये दिया गया है ड्रेविड का. ठीक है, theory suggests that China is developing a series of strategically located ports and facilities to encircle India and project power in the region. So Sri Lanka's rising indebtedness to China has sparked fear that Colombo may be forced to cede control of key asset to China in the event of default. So as per Brahmachalani, China's approach to Sri Lanka exemplifies its use of economic leverage to gain political and strategic influence. Now, C. Raja Mohan emphasized that India's worries stem from geopolitical and military implication of China's investment in Sri Lanka. According to him, India's response has been to deepen its diplomatic, economic, and defense ties with Sri Lanka to counterbalance China's influence. So, in response to China's growing presence, India has sought to reinvigorate its relation with Sri Lanka, that is, connect Santharai port development. China's growing influence in Sri Lanka poses significant challenges to India's neighborhood relation. Various scholars emphasize the need for India to strengthen economic and strategic ties with Sri Lanka while addressing China's presence.